Started my own business at 19. Paid off my debts and bought a house in cash. Then my parents sued me for stealing the life my sister deserved. Now my sister screamed, "You have to listen to me." Then she brought the heavy brass candlestick down. The $40,000 Ming vase I had spent 3 months restoring exploded into dust across the studio floor. She stood amidst the wreckage, chest heaving, waiting for me to cry or beg. I didn't neither. I calmly unlocked my phone, took 3 clear photos of her standing in the debris, and pressed the silent alarm button under the desk. Before I tell you what I did with the candlestick she dropped and the lawsuit that followed, drop a comment telling me where you're watching from and what time it is. I want to see how far this story travels. My hands didn't start shaking until I was inside my car 3 meters away from the studio. The adrenaline that had kept me statue still while Britney screamed was finally receding, leaving behind a cold, hollow ache in my chest. I drove automatically, the streets of Seattle blurring past until I turned up the long, winding driveway to my sanctuary. They call it the Glass House now, a sprawling mid-century modern structure perched on a cliff edge featured in architectural digests and valued at over $1. $2 million. But when I bought it 2 years ago, it was a rotting carcass. It was a foreclosure filled with black mold and broken windows. A disaster that terrified everyone else. I didn't see the rot. I saw the bones. That has always been my job. I'm Kendra, 26 years old, and I bring dead things back to life. High-end vintage restoration isn't just about glue and paint. It's about seeing value where everyone else sees trash. It's a skill I learned out of necessity. Growing up in a house where I was the invisible infrastructure while my sister was the marquee event to my parents, Richard and Susan, I was the ghost in the walls, the one who fixed the Wi-Fi, balanced the checkbooks, and cleaned up the messes. All so Britney could shine a little brighter. I was useful, never celebrated. I parked and walked into my living room, the silence of the house wrapping around me like a protective blanket. I ran my hand along the teak wall paneling I had stripped and refinished myself, inch by agonizing inch. My parents love to tell people they built me. They tell their country club friends that they provided the seed money for my empire. The truth is a ledger they refuse to read. When I was 19, they gave me $5,000, not as a gift but as a loan to get me out of the house so they could convert my bedroom into a content studio for Britney. I paid that $5,000 back within 6 months with interest. Every screw, every sheet of sandpaper,